Yes guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're just joining us for the first time, I'd like to invite you to like and subscribe to the channel. We're just a small community just building up, okay? Support the channel and help us grow. And of course, we are going to be bringing you all the best in terms of football gist, gossips, predictions and banter. Yes, because that is what we do here. We do everything football. We talk about the serious things, we talk about the playful things, and then we banter ourselves, because what is a game of football if we don't banter ourselves? Okay, whether you're an Arsenal fan, a Manchester United fan, a Chelsea fan, a Manchester City fan, or a Liverpool fan, this is a community for everybody here. Today Manchester City are going to be facing Sunderland at the Stadium of Light. Now here's the thing, Manchester City are on this incredible run, and Sunderland, of course, as we know, haven't lost a single game at home this season. Which brings us to one conclusion. Will Sunderland's unbeaten run at home come to an end, or will Man City have a dent in their title pursuit against Arsenal? Now don't forget, Arsenal, they actually trashed and totally demolished Aston Villa the other day. But we're just halfway through the season. As a matter of fact, today we'll be having the last round of game week 19 of the Premier League. What that means is we're halfway through the Premier League season after today's round of games, and then over the weekend we go into game week 20. So today we're here to discuss and of course predict the rest of game week 19 as Manchester City goes to the Stadium of Light to face Sunderland. Now here's the very tricky thing about Sunderland at the Stadium of Light. That Stadium of Light is actually quite small. It's not like the standard Premier League size for the other clubs have in the Premier League. And when teams go there, most teams tend to struggle for one particular reason. Because the stadium is too small, you can't exactly stretch out the team, and once they go into that their low block, you're in for a treat but not a good one. And that's the very funny thing about these people. They are defensively sound, but this time around I think they're going to have a very slight challenge, and that slight challenge might cost them, considering the fact that they have, I think, about 5 players who have gone for AFCON, and their very good defender, Ballard, I think, is out injured. What that means is they're going to have almost half of their starting 11 being replaced by new incomers, which is not going to be easy. Yes, they're at home. Yes, they have this amazing record at home. But if you watch their last game against Leeds, they really did struggle. And for this Manchester City side, that Erling Haaland, Ryan Cherky, Tijani Reinders, Phil Foden, Savinho, like they are all firing on all cylinders. And of course, getting to score at the other end is going to be a challenge, because Donnarumma, he is him. And considering the fact also that Manchester City actually just saw what Arsenal did to Aston Villa. Arsenal totally destroyed Aston Villa. So they're not going to sit down and just allow Sunderland to either sit in a low block or prevent them from scoring. I strongly believe Manchester City are definitely going to score. The problem is, if they score, by how many goal margins will they score? And will they be able to maintain their lead throughout the 90 minutes duration? Because Sunderland are a very tricky side. Don't forget, Liverpool went there, they did not win. Arsenal went there, they did not win. This same Sunderland, they went to Chelsea and won. They won Chelsea at home. So they're not a small side at all. I think at one point they were like 4th in the table. They were in the top 4, which is crazy for a newly promoted side. But in any case, I still believe Manchester City will have too much for them. They will have too much for them, at the Stadium of Light. And also we have Liverpool, who will be playing Leeds United. The good thing is Liverpool will be at home. But the unfortunate thing here is the Isak is out, Salah, of course, AFCON. However, I still think Liverpool have more than enough in their tank, to take on this Leeds United. No disrespect to Leeds, though, they've been firing this season. I think especially towards the latter end of the first half of the season, they actually have been firing. So I think it's going to be an interesting game. However, I still think Liverpool will still edge it, maybe a 2-1 win, to Liverpool, considering the fact that they're at home, of course, because it's not easy to exactly go to Anfield and just go and pull off an upset. Not everyone can do that. And Liverpool have actually been able to put up, I think, about 5 games unbeaten run, currently a 5-game winning streak even, which is good because they actually were in the dark place where they lost about 10 games or failed to win, so to speak. And Crystal Palace also will be taking on Fulham, I think 6:30 Nigerian time. That game, I see Crystal Palace coming up with the win, although they've not been on it recently. However, Fulham also are missing some key players: Calvin Bassey, Chukwueze, Iwobi. The Nigerian boys who are all out because they're down with the Nigerian squad at AFCON. And also we'll be having Brentford United taking on Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham Hotspur are in the mud. Like, they just can't win consistently. And for a Big Six team, I'm really disappointed in them. They bought over the summer, they have a new manager, but still, they're nowhere close to where they're supposed to be. But of course, that's the story of sports, so we don't really feel bad for them. And with the end of today's fixtures, I think that will bring us to an official midway point of the 2025-2026 season. And by Saturday, we'll be going into game week 20. However, tomorrow we'll be having our official, first of its kind, match week 20 game day predictions, where we're going to be talking about possible score lines, managers' tactics, who is going to be in and who is going to be out. And so yeah, don't forget guys, if you're still here, like the video, subscribe to the channel, support us. We're currently at just 20 subscribers. The goal for this first week of January 2026 is 100 subscribers, and I know we can do it together. If you subscribe and you subscribe, we'll definitely get there. And I'll see you tomorrow with game week 20 predictions for the second half of the season. Come on guys, let's do this. Peace.